Hello, welcome back to another episode of Suburban Hunt 365. I'm DJ, and we are continuing on with our muzzleloader series here on this channel. And in today's episode, we are going to be focusing on the new Hornady board driver ELD-X 340 grain projectiles. Now, after testing these, I have to tell you that is a fantastic projectile. There's going to be some other videos that you can see. I Love Muzzleloading did a gel test, and then muzzleloaders.com did a gel test. And if you want to, go check those out. They have ballistic, they're just really devastating wound channels coming out of these guys here. But the only thing I couldn't find is any type of accuracy data on, other than one, muzzleloader.com had a 300, I believe, 20 yard shot. 320, 340 yard shot, but you know, I'm not going to get that here in Tennessee, so I'm really kind of curious. So what I decided to do today was I'm going to go across the different pellets. We're going to do the pellet challenge on this guy. So 777 50 grain pellets, we're going to do 100 and 150. Same thing with the Powerdex, 50 grain pellets, 100 and 150. Then we're going to go to the Firestars. We're going to do 3 pellets, which is as close as we can get to 100 grains, and then 4. So we're going to do a 3 pellet and a 4 pellet test. Almost lost that there. And then we're going to be doing the white hots, both 100 and 150. And then because we found these blue Elite Alliant blue MZs, we're also going to be doing 100 and 150 grain of those. Now, for those of you that have been following us, you saw how much more accurate those rounds were, or that particular setup was with the 209 primers. So I'm using the 209 primers on this test. I know we've been using the CCI mags in the past, but I wanted to see how these 209s are going to run with the Hornady board drivers. And as you're fixing to see here in a minute, pretty awesome. Into it. The first test is going to be the 777 100 grains. We'll see what happens. Talk about a strong way to start, man. Each one of those bullets touching the other one. That is a half-inch group at 100 yards. And that right there not only starts us off pretty strong today, but it actually beats every group that I've had coming out of this rifle since we started these tests with the pellet test. The tightest up till now was a 3/4 inch group. We have now surpassed that with a half-inch group using the board driver ELD-X's with just 100 grains, 2 pellets of 777. So I cannot wait to see what's up next. Let's do it. 150 grains, 777 pellets. Let's go. Okay. So only a half-inch group would make me reply to this 1 1/4 inch group saying not bad, because our average on all these groups has been about 2 3/4, a little over 2.5 inches on average is what we've got. So far we have a half-inch group and a 1 1/4 inch group. So half MOA and just a little over MOA at 100 yards with the 777s. That was 150 grain. I'm still rather excited to see what happens across these. So let's keep moving. Next up is going to be the Powerdex 50 grain pellets. 2 pellets, 100 grain charge. Let's go. Oh, alright. Well, let's slow that down a little bit, because in case you didn't catch that, that third and first shot went through the exact same hole. Check this out. That's fantastic, right? So because of that one shot, the second shot that dropped down a little bit, that group came in at 2 1/4. But the first and the third hit the same hole. So I have to wonder if that wasn't me, because the first and the third hit the same hole. And again, this is with the 100 grains. So we have a ½ inch group with the 100 grain 777, and we have this where 2 bullets hit the same exact hole with the 100 grains of the Powerdex, and then that one below. So while 2 1/4 inch group is really not that bad, I wonder if that wasn't on me. It felt like a good shot. I am using a 3-9 by 40 in the Chronos, but it's a 2 1/4 inch group, guys. We're still below the average here, so that's still pretty awesome in my opinion. So I really enjoy the fact that those 1 and 3 hit the same exact hole. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's move up to 150 grain Powerdex, right? Let's check it out. Alright, that's coming in at 1 3/8 of an inch, just under that 1.5 inch. There again, that is a awesomely respectable group for a muzzleloader. So we have 1/2 to 2 1/4 so far. I think we're doing pretty awesome, to be telling the truth. So let's go ahead and let's move into the Firestar 3 pellets. See how they do. Well, that one wants to go hunting right now. Not yet have I had all 3 inside that red circle. Now, granted, this I was shooting with the second line on there because it's a heavier projectile. Because again, this muzzleloader is set up for the 245s. But that's an 1 1/4 inch group there, guys, inside that red circle. That's fantastic. So again, that's Firestars with 3 pellets, 1 1/4 inch. Let's keep going. Let's see what the Firestar 4 pellets do. Alright guys, let me give you a little background on why there's only 2 shots on that one. As you can see, the camera is kind of shaking. That's because I've got my camera set up on a spotting scope, looking down range to that 100-yard target. And as we started getting into the Firestar 4 pellets, that wind was really picking up, and at one point actually knocked the target over, and we weren't able to finish that day. And because of that, I had the third shot of the Firestar ready to go after the wind started picking up and we couldn't make that shot. So I ended up having to push that round down range, which meant we were running out of projectiles. So the reason that one didn't get shot the third time is because of the fact that the weather wasn't going to allow us. I wasn't going to be able to get a good shot, and I had just enough projectiles at the time of the range to get that done. So we may see about going back to the 4 pellets later and giving it an actual 3-inch group. But look at the 2 that hit. We're back to 2 bullets touching each other. So we're going to go ahead and give this one a 1/2 inch as well, because of the fact it's only 2 shots. Now that third shot, as you can see, could help spread that out. But we got 2 bullets that are touching each other. And even if the third one did move out, our biggest group right now is 2 1/4. So I feel comfortable with what we're looking at to go ahead and give that 1/2 inch. But I'm still giving the lead over to the 777s because it had all 3 shots. Now, before we move into the white hots, I do have to tell you, because we did have to stop shooting that day, that I had to finish the white hots, the blue MZs the next day. So we did pack up, leave the range. Storm came through, and then the very next day we came in and we finished up with the white hots and the blue MZs. Like I said, I didn't have enough projectiles to give that one shot to the Firestars. So for that, I apologize. But let's move on into the white hots and let's see how they did. Alright, we have yet another 1 1/4 inch group out of these white hots. Now that is 100 grains, 2 pellets of white hots. But there again, it's right there. Oh my god, these groups are fantastic. Yeah, 1 1/4 inch. Let's move on. I want to see the next one. I would show you the next 3 being the 150s and the white hots, but as luck would have it, this video when I went to go pull it off my camera was 2 seconds long because the battery died. I didn't realize that my battery was getting low, so unfortunately I can't show you each individual shot of the white hots, but here's a picture of the target after we pulled it down. That is a 1-inch group. So to kind of recap, that top shot was first, a little bit bottom right was next, and then the one right there in the middle was the third shot. A 1-inch group, guys. That is fantastic. Fantastic. I apologize if that happened, but like I mentioned in the Firestar, the 4 pellets, I had just enough projectiles to do this test, so I wasn't able to go back and redo that for you. But as you can see by that target, that is a 1-inch group. Fantastic. So let's go ahead and let's move into the last one here. Alliant Blue MZs. Alright, well that one ties for the biggest group so far today, which is 2 1/4. That's still a decent group for muzzleloaders, but it's 2 1/4. That's the highest group we've had so far today. Not awesome. But the fact that I'm saying it's not awesome is 2 1/4 group is showing you how awesome these Borlock ELD-X's are. Anyway, this is Alliant Blue MZ 150s. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's kind of a rough spread there. That actually opens us up to 2.5 inches. Okay, so let's put that in perspective. The worst group today was 2.5 inch group. The best group was a 1/2 inch group. And I would honestly be curious to see what the average group is. As a matter of fact, let's pull up that chart and let's check it out. Alright guys, so looking at this chart here, you can see that there's no contest that the Hornady ELD-X's has taken the lead first place with an average group size of 1.862. So somewhere between that 1 3/4, 2 inch average is what that's looking like. So what's impressive about this is that Hornady has both first and second place when it comes to average group size across all of the pellets that we have here. So what I'm seeing from this is a continuation of my thought process, is that if I'm going to have a projectile that I want to shoot, I'm either going to grab the Hornady 290 grain bore driver FTXs, or I'm grabbing the Hornady bore driver 340 grain ELD-X's, because on average across all the pellets, whatever pellet you can find, that's going to give you probably the best group from what I've seen so far on average. Now, even though the groups on average went down, your powders are still in the same spot. We zoom in here, you can see the 777 170 Powerdex 150, excuse me. As we zoom in here, you can see the 777 150s, Powerdex 150, White Hot 150s, 777 3 pellets, White Hot 100s, Firestar 4 pellets, Blue MZs, and then the only thing that really changed of any significance was the Powerdex 100 grain and the 777 100 grain are both now tied for 8th place, which is ironic because the 777 100s actually gave us the best group of the day, which is that 1/2 inch. Now there again, I mentioned earlier that the 777 Firestar 4 pellets, we gave it a 1/2 inch group, but that's because we weren't able to put in that last round. And as you've seen from other groups, that makes a big difference. We could have came in at 2 1/4, 2 1/2, 1, we don't know. But I don't have any more projectiles at this time to be able to test that. So that's kind of how it goes. You got to roll the punches sometimes. That's the data that I can give you guys right now. So overall, guys, I am extremely impressed with these two guys right here. You put a Hornady ELD-X and a 209 primer, and you can pretty much take your pick of any propellant you want as far as pellets go, and it's going to give you a kill shot. You got to take a little bit to dial that in with your particular rifle, but that's what I feel. The other thing that I'm kind of excited about is that, as I mentioned earlier in the video, there was Muzzleloader.com made that 320, 340, whatever it was, yard shot. That's what I'm really looking forward to getting into. There's a few spots around where I'm at that I can push out to that 200 yard mark, and I would love the opportunity to do that with my muzzleloader. So what I would like to do is the next time I can get out to my actual range, where I know we've got out to 500 yards, I want to actually adjust my rifle for the ELD-X's for the 100 yards, and I've got a drop compensator on my the Cronus scope that I have that comes with the CVA packages. I've got that. I really want to see how that bullet drops, because it is a heavier bullet, where that lands in that 200 yard mark. And what I'd like to do by the end of that video is be able to tag that 100 yard gong and move right up to that 200 yard gong, smacking them both. Now we may see about playing with that 300 because muzzleloader.com did it, so why not, right? But that's going to be one of the things I'm looking forward to, especially with muzzleloader season right around the corner. We're going to settle in on these ELDs and see how they do. Now, you stuck with us this far, guys. I definitely appreciate you guys hanging there with us. I've been extremely impressed with what these ELD-X's can do. So do me a favor, hit that like button, and then get down there in the comments and tell me what you think, because I've not seen any other accuracy videos, and based off of what I've seen at the range, that is one fantastic projectile, because it pretty much handles any pellet you throw at it. So anyway, do me a favor, like I said, hit that like button, throw me a comment down below, do us a real big favor, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next video. DJ with Suburban Hunt 365. See you.